Hi, so my name is Natalie Peterson and I study English. I have minors in creative and professional writing. Really, like in high school, it was one of my passions, and when I came to college, it was kind of the first orientation day, and I got grouped in with the English majors, and I started to kind of panic a little bit. I was like, oh, I don't know if I really want to commit to this yet, and so instead, I became a deciding student, and then took English classes kind of on the side. And in doing that, I really felt comfortable being able to explore English and continue doing like LEC work. And then I really fell in love with English at the college level again, partly because of professors, partly because of the assignments I got to do. It was just really an area that I love and continue to love through college. One of my first classes that I took for the English department was critical writing about literature. It was with Brooke Wonders, who's a really young, cool professor in our department, and it was challenging and inspiring and demanding in a way that I really liked and that I didn't always get in high school. And it was just cool to work alongside people who were also interested and like passionate about the same things that I was. So getting to sit there and brainstorm ideas for your paper or complain about that reading even though you're all going to do that reading. It was really cool and a really great time. And definitely helped me build connections that like I don't know that I would have otherwise made. I've been able to help out with a lot of cool things that have happened on campus and in the English department. One of those was that I got to be a student intern with the North American Review for a whole year, and that was a really cool learning experience just to see the way that like a literary magazine can develop and what it can teach and bring for students. Another opportunity kind of similar to that was working with Inner Weather. That's the student-run literary magazine, and so that involves all student work and all students as kind of the behind the scenes people for that magazine. So one year with that, I got to be a reader, which was awesome. And then this past year, I was genre editor for poetry. And that was a really cool experience just to see the flood of poems that got to come in and see the creative side of students, even if they weren't in the English department. Another cool opportunity that I've had is going to the writing awards for the past couple years and receiving recognition for the work that I've done in the English department as an English student, so it's been a great time. Well, this past year, most recently, I won an award for excellence in poetry. That's kind of something that I've come into in the last couple years and really enjoyed finding my voice and also finding that other people enjoy reading it, which is kind of a scary step, but also really nice to hear. And then this past year, I also won an award for a study abroad scholarship. So I'll be going to southern Italy this summer, and so that goes towards that trip and the capstone experience that I'll have there. And then 2 years ago, I was able to also win another excellence award for poetry. So that's kind of the first year, which was really nice to receive that, as well as an English Student of Excellence award. So that was kind of just all around. I was doing pretty well, and so I got recognized for that. And then also an award for critical writing. So that was a previous paper that I'd written for a class. I believe it was early British literature or Brit Lit 1. And then I submitted that and people read it and liked it and I got an award for that. So really cool opportunities. I think true of any liberal arts major. You kind of have lots of options. So I'm not like 100% set yet, but I could see like a number of different things. I guess I am definitely interested in pursuing a grad degree in English, and just kind of getting more exposure to it and also kind of heightening that level of learning and classmates that I'd be working with, professors that I'd be working with, and just really bringing myself up to challenge myself in that area. Beyond that, I could definitely see wanting a career in editing or publishing. And that's something that I've been kind of stuck on since I was probably in middle school. Like that sounds really cool to get to work with writers and other creative people on like a daily basis. So those are kind of two paths that I see myself going in. So in terms of how English has really impacted myself and my relationships in college, I would say that it's had a great impact. Freshman year, coming into college, I think we're all kind of trying to find our position and our spot on campus, kind of come into ourselves, whether that's through classes or through, organizations on campus. But for me, classes really helped with this, both from being able to express myself, through papers and through kind of more literary based content, and then also very much through like creative content. In high school, I was kind of more shy, and sometimes I still feel that way, but creative writing is an outlet for that, which really helps me to voice those thoughts or those feelings, or think of something in a different perspective that then allows it to become creative. It's definitely a different outlet that I'm so glad that I've had the opportunity to grow in, because workshop and being on campus and being around other creative students is just like such a unique experience that you might not always get. It's really a great place to kind of build those skills and then develop those friendships that you're making in class or on campus with those kind of like-minded people.